What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97, and welcome to my SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 General Manager mode, coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, for the September 20th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Are you hyped for this episode? Because that intro should warrant all the hype, all the hypes. But as we can see, if you're not hyped already, well, as you saw in match 2, we've got the debut of two new superstars to the roster. That is right, folks. Also, we had Orton and Flair, who, they were having some morale issues. They wanted title shots. They wanted all the title shots, so we gave them a tag team title shot, and I felt there were more important matches to try to showcase, so I just simulated it. And, of course, the simulation was rigged, because I let people win who I want to have win. Otherwise, you know, we have a 3-on-1 handicap match where we have the jobber facing 3 guys. What if the jobber wins? Then it was all pointless. So, of course, I rigged the simulations to my liking because, you know, it's different with Universe mode because, you know, you can kind of build off things. But in GM mode, you need to get your guys popular that you want to have popular. I mean, if one week goes wrong, then it could set you back for a couple of weeks. So, I do rig the simulations. That's what I typically used to do, or at least, actually, that's something I picked up, well, actually, it wasn't the simulation part of it that I picked up with this very series, but the handicap thing, like the whole have a jobber do a 3-on-1 handicap match against basically anybody who's not doing anything for that week. That's an idea I just picked up with this series, and I think it's been working out, well. And granted, it's not the most entertaining thing, but I'm not playing all the matches on the card, and it's a business move. I'm trying to make my superstars popular. You win a match, your popularity goes up by 1. And, you know, after a while, you keep doing that, your superstars will get up. I mean, hey, it worked with Shelton Benjamin, it worked with Paul London, Christian, you name it. It's worked with really all the guys I have. And that's why my roster currently has a bunch of 70s, 80s, and 90s. Heck, remember at the draft when I was drafting people in the 40s, the 50s, even the 30s. I think Tajiri was like a 30. And we had to do something to get those popularities up. So what did I do? Handicap matches. Works like a charm. And so I'll probably be doing that in 2007 as well. And I mean, hey, there are 6 matches on a card. I can have a handicap jobber match and play a freaking WWE title match. I mean, I don't think it's a problem. It works, but I don't know, maybe if you have a problem with it, because, I mean, obviously if I was, like, showcasing every single match on the card, and then we had this handicap match just there, that's, obviously would not be very entertaining, because it'd be the same thing week and week and week and week. But hey, if you want repetition, go watch Raw. You can watch a Battle Royal and an Iron Man match, and the WWE Championship being defended because no other title exists on that show, apparently. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out of my system. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're running a slander promotion without even running a slander promotion. That's what's happening right now. But seriously, what is up with Raw? And they're even catching us in the ratings. I don't understand why. Anyway, Kane just hit a choke slam, but Ray kicks out because the ref isn't paying any attention. He's having a shouting match with the crowd. This referee, he can go work for Monday Night Raw because I actually don't know which referee that one is. I don't know. The graphics are. I can't tell. I can't tell by the face who it is. Is it, I used to know, like, referee names at one point, but, they don't matter anymore. Like, the referees don't have any personality, so what's really the point in learning the referees' names? Because they don't, I mean, back in the day when you had, like, an Earl Hebner, who was, like, the guy. He was the referee. You know, you have guys like that who had personality. I know there's, like, Scott Armstrong, who was the crooked referee, and, what was the other one? The dude with the blonde hair. The awesome referee who used to be on, like, SmackDown and stuff. That guy's my favorite referee. But, of course, I can't remember his name. For whatever reason. I know who it is, but I can't think of it. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent as usual. But as I warned you in previous episodes that this is the tangent series. It will happen because the gameplay is not exciting enough to commentate for the entire thing, not all the time. I mean, granted, there are some cool matches, like how about that Iron Man match between Triple H and Kurt Angle? That was cool. Or how about the never mind, I can't think of another one. I lost my train of thought, but you know what I mean. There are some good matches, but gameplay, it's not good 24/7, or at least not realistic 24/7. I don't know how I want to put it. But see, look at this. The referee keeps getting taken out of the action. How could I possibly do a commentary and pretend it's an actual match when the referee keeps getting knocked out? So it's like, oh, cover here, like right now, cover by Shelton Benjamin, referee. See, it just wouldn't work because it'd be just kind of like waiting for something to happen. And that's kind of the problem with some of these older games, is it's a bit slow. But nonetheless, if I hated the game, I would not be playing it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do like SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Don't get me wrong. Don't let my words get twisted. This is a good game. It's an awesome game. But, I don't even know what I'm saying. Look at this. Oh, a moonsault DDT from Rey Mysterio. Springboard moonsault DDT, might I add. Adding some extra height into that one. But yes, 6-man tag team matchup at the moment. Shelton, British Bulldog, and Mysterio taking on Kane, Edge, and Chris Jericho. Mysterio and Jericho just being brought over from Monday Night Raw. And I know I kind of skimped with the entrances there in the beginning, but realistically, we've seen all the other entrances before, and we'll probably see them again because, you know, pay-per-views and such. I'm not sure if I want to keep doing the entrances because, I mean, it depends. It depends on the matchup. Like, if I have a 6-man match like this, the entrances are just going to slow everything down. And chances are, you've seen the entrances in several episodes before, and you'll see them in entrances after this. So, Kane just picked up the victory over the British Bulldog. That was basically why the Bulldog was in this matchup. And unfortunately, I didn't realize what that would mean. I figured, hey, I put the British Bulldog in that match with Batista and Guerrero, the match that they were involved in, to keep the rivalry going. But because I put the Bulldog in this matchup, that rivalry is done. You'll find that out later. I didn't realize that, and I'll make that mistake again in a later episode. Accidentally, of course. Because I didn't realize that if you book somebody in 2 matches, even if they're... This is a tip for all of you. You're going back to play GM mode. Don't book a guy who's in a rivalry in 2 separate matches, because it's gonna end the rivalry. Just as a warning. A warning for all of you. That's what happens. Or at least in 06, that's what happens. I haven't tried it in a later game, so perhaps it's not the case in 07 or 08, but in 06, it definitely is. You have your proof later in the episode when I go back and check out the rivalries. But now, it's main event time. The game. Triple H defending, well, he's not defending the world title. It's a non-title match against Chris Benoit. It's funny, I was playing through season mode, and John Cena literally talks like that. I did a Shawn Michaels season, and it's, of course, you know, you're up against Triple H for the world title and whatnot, and then SmackDown invades, and then you have John Cena just basically, like, taking shots at Triple H, and talking, like this, and of course that's what other people do, because it's Triple H, but nonetheless, that was a tangent, again, not even worth addressing what they are anymore, because it'll happen. If you're still watching the video, you have come to terms with this, and I thank you. You are a true trooper. But as the match continues, Triple H with a neck snap there. He just broke Chris Benoit's neck. This match is over. So I don't even know what that move is supposed to be. It's like a sleeper hold, but then you like twist their neck. Is it? I don't know. But Triple H, it appears as though he's going after the leg of Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. And now he's got an inverted figure 4 locked in here. So Triple H using a submission against Benoit. Oh, but that was a bad idea, Triple H, because now it's a submission hold applied by Chris Benoit. Look at this, a single leg Boston Crab, and he's got the knee right into the back of Triple H. But Hunter, he's not tapping out yet. And Triple H, he's been the world champ since the beginning of the series. That much we know. I mean, he was the inaugural champion, and he's beaten every challenger who stepped up to face him, whether it's Kurt Angle, Bret Hart, Andre the Giant, Batista, Big Show Kane, Randy Orton. Basically, that one battle royal that we had the people in. Triple H, he has defeated all of the challengers that have stepped up to face him. And Triple H, it doesn't appear as though he could lose the title anytime soon. But I'm sure Chris Benoit, he's looking to change my opinion on that. And that's what he can do here tonight. He's got Triple H one-on-one. And this is a good opportunity for Benoit to pick up a victory. And if you beat the champ, you're #1 contender. That's how it goes in this series. So Benoit, if he can pick up the victory, then he's basically got himself a title shot. So this is a huge opportunity for Benoit. And I mean, Benoit, he's come a long way since the beginning, where he originally was fighting with Edge for the United States Championship. We all know how well that went. Christian being the special referee, and Benoit basically losing every single matchup prior to that, and then losing again at the pay-per-view. So Benoit, tonight, I mean, he has turned his luck around in the past, especially with his rivalry against Randy Orton. You remember that bar brawl a couple of episodes back where he basically broke a glass bottle over Orton's head. Somehow Orton came back the next week, but it was enough to get a victory on that night. But nonetheless, Benoit, he did defeat Orton, so that basically moved him right into this non-title matchup with Triple H. And also, you know, they faced off a couple weeks back, and Orton just, the referee as well, that was definitely some shenanigans. I mean, Orton, he was attacking Benoit on the outside. Orton wasn't even in the match, and the referee's like, oh, that's not a disqualification, I'm just gonna keep counting. And then Benoit lost by countout. Because that's how things work. That is how a match is supposed to go. But nonetheless, let's not get hung up on the past. Chris Benoit, 2 German suplex, and now a 3rd German suplex, taking down the game, Triple H. And Benoit, again, working on the arm with a cross arm breaker here. A cross arm bar. As Triple H, he's been going after the leg. Benoit going after the arm of Hunter here. As Benoit right now, you can see we are 4 minutes into this matchup, and it's kind of even at the moment. I mean, Triple H got his offense in. Benoit now is starting to get his offense in, build some momentum. Nice total world backbreaker, and now look at this. Oh, an STF! An STF by Chris Benoit, but Triple H, he's way too close to the ropes. But Benoit, he's not letting go. It's a rope break, but Benoit, he's not going to let Triple H slip away that easy. As using the rope break to its full effect. As you can see, we are now 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes into this matchup, because, as I've said before, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 likes to have long matches. Long matches. Really, 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 really long and boring matches. Because people don't build... At least with 2008, people built finishers, like, built up finishers really quickly so you could hit, like, 3 and then end the match. But not in this game. It takes a while to build up some momentum, and then, you know, I might need to just lower the difficulty and just go easier on the AI, because they counter so many moves, and then when you finally build up a finisher, and they counter the finisher, and then you gotta build up another finisher, and then they counter that finisher. Like that match with Paul London and Rob Van Dam a couple weeks back that went like 17 minutes. It's because Paul London, I kept going for the finisher, and Van Dam countered, like, I think I attempted it like 5 times, and Van Dam countered it like every single time. One of them was a rope break, but like every other time, well actually no, there was a kick out, a rope break, and then like 4 counters. It was ridiculous, and then we saw how that match ended with Van Dam's leg spam. So hopefully that's not the case here tonight. I mean, Triple H is a ring. Okay, this is why Raw is catching up to us in the ratings, because of all these DQ finishes. This referee is like bringing down our ratings. He is the sole responsibility for our ratings to defeat. It's all on the referee, man. It's all the ref's fault. As we can take a look, it's a 3-star for both shows. Ours was a lot more balanced as per usual, but I feel like we could have won the ratings war if it was not for this pay-per-view. Unforgiven, obviously, swaying the fan support into Raw's favor for the week. So that kind of sucks, but we can bounce back. We can do something about that. So as you can see, Benoit wants a title shot. Paul London wants a title shot. We'll get there, guys. You're almost there. But I guess Benoit did technically beat Triple H then, even if it was by disqualification. So I guess Benoit's #1 contender. That's what the feud will dictate. But as you can see, we got a lot of contracts now, 3 weeks, so we're gonna go ahead and re-sign some of these guys. So we got Chris Benoit. We're gonna go after basically our main talent, like our cruiserweight champion. We want him. Our tag team champ, our United States champion. We're gonna go sign those guys. We don't want to lose them. Paul London as well. He's basically gonna be cruiserweight champion down the road. I was thinking maybe Jericho, but we kind of gotta wait a little bit before. Let's be fair to our loyal SmackDown superstars who we've had since the beginning. Jericho, we just got him. Same with Mysterio. We're going to wait a little bit. Let those contracts sort of dwindle down. We got to take care of our talent first. We have to take care of our valuable commodities, as some people would say. But that is all our contracts. And let's take a look at the fan supports. See, look at that. Look at that. Monday Night Raw is catching up to us. Look at that lead we had after SummerSlam. Look at that. It's ridiculous. But that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Want to thank you for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for more and keep on YouTubing.